Hello everyone, welcome to your sneak peek for the mid-March 2019 videos. This particular reading, after I'm done explaining everything, will be for the collective, not any specific sign. So please keep in mind that all readings are general readings. They are not personal readings, so there may be some aspects that do not apply to you. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So these are the decks that I have prepared for the mid-March 2019 readings. I will not be using any other decks other than these. Each sign will be receiving a romance angels. I know how important that is to so many of you. So there will be a romance angels in each reading. Each reading will also, the 9-card spread will be from my 8-coin tattoo tarot. It's a very expressive deck. It's my preference for the 9-card spread. Clarifiers will vary. There are 4 cards that I will be using for clarifying, and I will use which ones I'm intuitively drawn to use for your zodiac sign. So we have the Fenestra. It's a very romantic deck. It's quite beautiful. A little bit hard to see though. And then I thought we'd have a little bit of fun here with the Wonderland Tarot for, you know, if I feel like guided to use these particular cards, although I see some are upside down already, so we need to fix that. I do not read reversals. I was taught by not reading reversals. I was taught when I was taught tarot, it was, and this was back in you know, the mid to early 90s. I was taught to examine the cards that are in relation to the card to determine whether it was a negative or positive aspect. And this is a card you have not, or a deck that you have not seen on my channel yet. This is the Wild Unknown, I believe. I'd have to look it up. Pretty sure it's the Wild Unknown. Yes, the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I'll be using these for clarifying if I feel led to. They're a little bit unique. This deck is a little bit harder to connect to initially, unless you've done tarot before. And then, of course, as you all know, I absolutely adore this deck. I plan on ordering another Ciro Marchetti deck probably within the next week. And we'll reveal it when we hit 15,000 subscribers. So just so that you know, that will be revealed at 15,000. Unless y'all hit 15,000 before it arrives. But this is the Tarot of Dreams. I'll be using this for some clarification as well. Especially with regards to love readings, I like to use these to determine the challenge as well as the advice cards. So you may see this along with one of these other clarifying decks. As far as oracle decks go, I will be using the Oracle of the Unicorns. It's a very simplistic deck. The Wisdom of the Oracles. Sacred Traveler. And I'm going to be using the Good Tarot as an oracle deck opposed to the postcards from Spirit just for the mid-month. The Good Tarot is a very positive deck. And so the cards that we see in some of these other decks that have kind of negative connotations to them, there is a positive viewpoint from this particular deck. I absolutely love it. It's a little bit shiny, sometimes hard to see. But what I plan on doing with these is I plan on using the Good Tarot as kind of an after message to you from Spirit, rather than the postcards from Spirit, just for the mid-month. And so that's what we have. I'm going to modify the sunlight coming in because it seems to be a little bit of a problem. And then I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up the deck. We'll start with this and I'll show you how I read a 9-card spread. If you're familiar with how I read a 9-card spread and you don't want to sit through that portion again, you should be able to fast forward through some of it while you're watching the reading, because I typically explain while I'm doing the reading. So let me go ahead and move these off of here, and I will be right back with you. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for that brief little break. I know that you only saw a 2-second break, but I appreciate it. I moved everything off just for the purpose of this being a sneak peek video, so that you'll be able to see the cards I'm using, things of that nature. I will clarify this reading using all 4 decks so that you can get kind of a sneak peek on what those decks look like. And that way we can incorporate every single one of the decks into this mid-month sneak peek reading. So let's see what Spirit wants to give us for you today. Welcome back to all my old and new subscribers. Super happy to have you here. If you're brand new to my channel, I hope the sneak peek video will be of help to you. Okay, for the mid-months and the monthlies, I do a 9-card spread. I do not take jumper cards that fly out, drop out, you know, and jump around in my hands. I split the deck into a pile of 3 cards. Excuse me. All right, Spirit, I'd like a message for the collective, please. Any sign for the collective. Message for the collective. Mid-March, March 16th through 31st, please. March 16th through 31st. Somebody asked how many times I shuffle. I shuffle until I feel led not to. Okay. So we have the 10 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the Justice card, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, beautiful, love having that at the center of the reading, 10 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the Empress. All right, let me make sure that it's all visible for you in your window. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Cups. I like to go back about, 4, 5, just to kind of see what led up to the energy of the 4 of Cups. And that kind of helps me as I look at the reading. When I do a 9-card spread, I look at the energy, the overall energy that we get from the bottom of the deck, as well as the energy we get from the center of our reading, because everything surrounds this center item. For those of you that don't want to hear how I do a 9-card spread, go ahead and fast forward a little bit to the reading itself, and I'll be taking some additional cards. When I do a 9-card spread, and each reader does their spreads differently. They look at things from a different perspective, and Spirit already knows what it is that you, as the reader, are going to be looking for. And so I get cards that are specifically aligned to what I am reading. And so these represent our past. Now, past could be any time prior to this video. It could be last week, last month, last year. It could be 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 3 months ago. There's really no limit to when this occurs, but if it resonates with you and you feel it on a very deep level, you'll know if it's your message. This center row to me represents the present time, so what's going on with you now. Once again, there could be a little bit of overlap because what's going on with you now could be a range of a little bit of time before the reading and a little bit of time after. Our third row represents our future. Now this could be towards the end of the month, or this could be beyond that time frame. I also read the reading using the diagonals, going in either direction, whichever direction I feel led, going across. And then I do a diamond surrounding our main energy here. And so that's what we're going to be looking at with the spread. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to take one of each of our oracle cards. I like to shuffle them on the reading. It's absolutely not necessary to do so. I like to do it. It's to absorb the energy of the reading itself. But like I said, it's not necessary. Okay. One message for the collective, please. We'll take the top card, No Place Like Home. We will not take the bottom two. It's card number 50 of the Wisdom of Oracles, No Place Like Home. For the mid-monthlies, I like to take the oracle cards before I do the reading because sometimes they equate very deeply and sometimes they also kind of modify the direction of the reading. Cycles. Everything has the right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. So this was from the Oracle of Unicorns. And we're going to take Narrow Pathway. This is from Sacred Traveler deck. Let me put this beside No Place Like Home. One message for the collective, please. Mid-March, March 16th, 31st. Okay, we're going to take our first one. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And then I'd like one message of encouragement, please, Spirit, from the Good Tarot. One message of encouragement from the Good Tarot, please. Seven of Earth. Okay. Let me take a drink of water and put on some of our, raising vibration music that I love to put on, and we will begin reading this reading. Can we see everything? Yes. Beautiful. All right. So, a 9-card spread, when I do the initial reading, it can range anywhere from 12 minutes to 25 minutes, just reading these 9 cards plus the overall energy. The extended reading can last anywhere from 15, 16, 17 minutes on up to, I've had some go 35. Depends on, how deeply we need to clarify and things of that nature. So just be aware of that. Our overall energy that we have regarding this reading is somebody who is feeling as if there has been a missed opportunity or a lost love. They're feeling very sorry for themselves. It's not an accusation, it's just this is what the card says. Somebody's feeling very sorry for themselves as if they do not have love in their life. They could have either lost or recently broken up some sort of relationship. Somebody could have gone through a period of sudden ghosting. I only say that because we do have communication coming up, but there was some sort of unexpected event that occurred which appeared to possibly bring a new opportunity, but you've been waiting on something. You've been waiting on love to come into your life if this is you. If this is the person you're dealing with, they're struggling with some aspect of self-love and some aspect of, you know, moving forward with a love relationship. Now, some of the general readings that we get for the mid-monthlies and the monthlies are not love readings, and although I've been primarily doing love readings because that seems to be the energy I pick up for most of you, sometimes we get a reading that doesn't have to do with that. I see that apparently this one does. So somebody feels like there's not love in their life, and they're not, you know, seeing clearly that there actually is. It's very possible that somebody is currently not in communication with someone, and that's why they're feeling as if, you know, love does not exist in their life, but yet this person is still here. So we need to kind of take a look at that and find out what's going on. Center of your reading, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new opportunity. But this is an opportunity you have to step forward and put an effort into to obtain. And that's why she's kind of holding this pentacle in front of her face. We have this kind of gypsy looking woman holding the pentacle like, you know, if you want this opportunity, come and get this opportunity. So the Ace of Pentacles can have to do with any area of your life. It could have to do with jobs. It could have to do with, you know, finances in general. It could have to do with a move. It could have to do with love situation. It could also have to do with, you know, personal goals and personal pursuits, such as like hobbies and things of that nature. It could be anything. When I see the Ace of Pentacles, to me, it's like this great big Christmas gift from the universe, you know, because it's something that will excite you and something that will bring about some sort of stability in your life, but it can be in any area. So our entire reading is going to surround the fact that either you or somebody you're dealing with has been feeling kind of sorry for themselves, as if things are not going their way, life's not good, you know, there's like one thing after another, but yet here's this new opportunity right in front of them, this new opportunity, but this person needs to open up their eyes to see the opportunity, to step forward, to take the opportunity. It is going to require work on somebody's part, which we see that with, you know, our Eight of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles here. So in the past, we have had, looks like there's been a lot of burdens in someone's life. This could be in any area of life. It could be a combination of several things. It could be a combination of home life, health issues, financial issues, work issues, anything that for you adds stress, anything for you that makes you feel like, you know, you're sort of coming to the end of your rope. With the Ten of Wands, this is where you get to a point where you literally cannot handle any more burdens whatsoever. You can't handle anything else. So you finally come to a point where you start releasing some of them. It's like, I'm not going to carry this anymore. I'm not going to worry about this work situation. I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to worry about, you know, this relationship issue. I'm just going to let it go right now. I'm not going to worry about financial situations. I'm just going to kind of, you know, let it go. It's like they release the burdens in order to reduce the stress, in order to reduce the worry and the fears and the anxieties. They come to a point where the burden is lifted because they're able to release these things mentally, internally. Sometimes this means saying no to people. No, I can't help you today. I've got too much on my plate. You know, no, I'm not going to answer the phone because I'm too busy working on something else. You know, no, I can't be burdened by your situation and be your counselor when I have to deal with my own things. It's that kind of energy, you know, because we all find ourselves in positions where people are demanding of our time and demanding of our, really our mental resources, because they need to release some of their burdens, and so they they do it by adding on to yours. They don't mean to. I mean, nobody means to do that, but it just sort of happens. You see that a lot in work too, because you know, that's how a lot of work struggles occur. So this is you coming to a point where you've reached the end of your burdens. You cannot handle anymore, so you start releasing them. You start easing the burden, removing some of it, which is fabulous. We also see here with this Page of Wands that you may have come up with some sort of brand new creative movement. It could have been an idea. It could be that you've decided to start pursuing a dream. This is a bold, passionate energy with the Page of Wands. Pages are our messengers. And this is saying, you know, that there's some sort of message of, you know, the pursuit of a dream and the beginning of a brand new dream. Also, the Page of Wands, when something comes into their life where it makes them feel young, it makes them feel alive, it makes them feel good, you know, they hold on to that. So I see while you've been releasing these burdens, you may have found something or someone or some situation that suddenly just, you know, makes you feel alive again, because you're releasing some of the burdens and then you feel alive. And when that happens, whether this is a person, a place, a thing, a situation, whatever, the Page of Wands holds on tight to that one thing in order to bring about some new movement within the future. It's holding on to that one thing, not letting it go. And then we have our Knight of Swords. A little bit of a rebellious energy, but very much bold and confident, and moves forward to communicate. Sometimes not really knowing what they're going to say, but it's like they just kind of like regurgitate it out. And, you know, whatever's on their mind before they even think about it. It's, with regards to communication, I feel like this could have caused some of this feeling of heartbreak. Whatever kind of difficult communication came out made this person feel like, you know, love was lost or something of great importance was lost in their life. I do see here that with this Page of Wands, they, you know, there's one cup they're crying into. There's one person, one thing that just stands out from all the rest that, you know, it's this is the one that stands out from all the rest, but this is the one that this person really feels like they've lost. It's like, you know, a part of them. But yet they're looking at the wrong cup, because here's love directly in front of them. If they were to open their eyes, they'd see it. And so I feel like whatever kind of communication came in distracted this person into thinking that, you know, things were lost, things were not hopeful. There's hope here in the Page of Wands, and there's also hope in the Ten of Wands, because there's hope in releasing the burdens. There's hope in holding on to, you know, whatever brings you joy. And, you know, there's a little bit of fear and trepidation with difficult communication that comes in from the Knight of Swords. So ultimately, this is saying that although the past was difficult, I see that with this Seven of Wands here, you still held on to the one thing that was very important to you, the one thing that made you feel good, that made you feel like life was good. And so we're going to get to a point where you're able to open up your eyes and see this opportunity directly in front of you. And I feel like it's this opportunity. Our Seven of Wands here, the Seven of Wands can be a defensive energy. Kind of being attacked on all sides, but for me specifically in this deck, the Seven of Wands really relates to holding on to that thing that you love. That's why we have the heartbeat showing here. Something that you love, holding on to something that you love and defending it at all costs, not letting it go. This is you holding on to this opportunity. holding on to the opportunity here, whatever opportunity that is, not letting it go. The Eight of Wands tells us that some communication has either recently come in or is going to come in that's going to bring balance to the situation. This communication is going to help you or this other person to see that what they really want is directly in front of them. It's going to bring balance to all areas of life. It's going to take away those burdens even more, which is wonderful. The strength and perseverance that comes through holding on to the one thing that's so important to you, when this Eight of Wands comes about, this communication, the balance that it brings will make you feel as if you're really not even fighting for it because everything's fine. It looks like going forward, we have the Justice card. This may be, you know, you dealing with all these burdens and holding on tight. You're wanting justice in that situation. You're wanting things to be more balanced. You're wanting to feel like the other person, whether this is a relationship issue, job issue, whatever, you want to feel as if the other person is putting in equal effort and that all that you've been through and all that you've done is recognized. Now with the Justice card, you also could be kind of taking a look and seeing, you know, is this really what I want to be holding on to? You know, was I thinking clearly? Is this what I really want? I feel like this is a relationship situation. It looks like you've been trying to call your soulmate back to you through prayers, affirmations, and visualizations. Your soulmate may not be in your life yet. You may just, your thoughts may be trying to bring them in now, but I feel like this person was in your life and then it took a turn. You could have been ghosted, blocked. Somebody could have moved on to somebody else. Somebody could have just moved on in general. But I think you're wanting to kind of, as you go forward, when you gain your strength back, after releasing some of these burdens and gaining this balance from this communication, I think you're going to be looking at this and saying, you know, is this really the person I want in my life? Is this really what I want to do with my life? Do they indeed provide me with this, you know, sense of feeling like on top of the world, feeling like, you know, you can conquer the world, you can do anything? Or is it something else? I do feel that the mental anguish that you've been going through with regards to this connection is going to also be coming to an end after you receive this communication to bring balance. Bear with me one moment, please. Oh, water. And there's going to be a sense of hope in the future here. But right now, you know, as you move forward a little bit, you're still going to be dealing with some of this mental turmoil, mental anguish. I think that's because you're not immediately going to see that this love is in your life. You know, you're not immediately going to see this opportunity for what it is. So there may be some worries and trepidations there as to whether or not you're going to get hurt again, because we do have, you know, this person is hurt, or, you know, whether or not you're making the right decision for you. But with the Ten of Swords, this is that mental anguish coming to an end as well. So the pain, you know, mentally going back and forth over this is going to be released, and there's going to be some enthusiasm looking towards your future. And here with the Empress, this is abundant love. It's abundant wealth. It's abundance in all areas of your life. I feel like you're going to recognize that you have what you've been looking for with this opportunity here. You're going to recognize that you have what you've been looking for. It's going to provide peace, and it's going to provide a great deal of love. This is also very much a card of self-love as well. And so I feel as if you're going to need to take some time to work on you, work on your healing, work on the things that you need in order to release these mental burdens and to release the overall burdens. Now, I feel like the key to love coming into your life and this opportunity coming into your life is letting go. Letting go of the outcome, letting go of how it's going to happen, letting go of the stress and strain of not knowing. It's going to be extremely important for your forward movement. The difficult communication that you may have had, this new opportunity is going to provide some balance to the situation. You guys are going to come to a point where you start to communicate in a more healthy manner. And we see that the difficult communication then in turn leads to this positive communication coming in, creating balance, and then bringing love. Not letting go and persevering brings the opportunity, but yet because of that perseverance, because of you having struggled for so long with these burdens, there's some mental anguish, but that's something that you're going to be working towards getting rid of as well. It's about all I see in the 9 card. We will take some clarifiers so that you can see what the clarifying cards look like for this spread, for the mid-monthlies. We did receive no place like home. This tells me that this person feels like home to you. There's an element of this connection that makes you feel at peace, makes you feel, you know, as if everything's calm and everything's secure. You very likely have a firm foundation of friendship with this person. You also could have a very nurturing relationship, especially with this Empress card here. And so this is when home becomes a person. You received narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. This equates to our Justice card and carefully weighing your options. Carefully weighing, you know, is this really the direction you want to go in? If so, stay on that path, which we have up here. Stay on the path. And don't waver from it. But definitely put thought and effort into whether this is the right thing for you. Now we have cycles. Everything has its right time. This is saying that things occur within divine timing. And if for transformation to occur in this situation, you have to let go of when this is going to occur. Let go of how it's going to occur. You are going through a cycle. A cycle is ending here of the burdens. A cycle is going to be ending here of the mental anguish. A cycle is just beginning, you know, with this passionate, confident start. And a cycle is beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. New beginning. Everything moves in a cycle. Cycles of life. The Empress is very much about the cycles of life, the cycles of nature. Cycles of life. And our 7 of Earth talks about a decision needing to be made. This is the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is kind of a waiting energy, but here in the Good Tarot, this is about being at a crossroads in your life and having to make a decision. And the 7 of Earth encourages you to open your mind up to a new direction. And I feel like this new direction is going to be with regards to our Ace of Pentacles. A new direction. Don't block the new direction. Consider the new direction. Make sure that you weigh your options carefully in order to make the right decision for you. All right, so I'm going to now use the 4 clarifying decks to clarify just a couple cards in here. I'm not going to clarify the whole deck like I would for an extended because of time. And this is more of a learning type of video, and I also want you to be able to see the decks that are going to be used. So If that's not of interest to you, go ahead and click out. Have an absolutely beautiful rest of the week, and I'll see you soon. But if it is, we're going to go ahead. We're going to clarify our Ten of Wands. I think we're going to clarify our Ace of Pentacles, our Ten of Swords, and whatever I feel led to clarify after that. Let's start with the Wild Unknown for our Ten of Wands here. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell me about the Ten of Wands, please, for the collective? One brief note before I start clarifying. Like I said earlier, this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate with you. Once I start clarifying, things become very, very drilled down to a specific, more specifics. So if you found that something resonated with you before I do the clarifiers, but not after, then take it as it was before. Because this reading is being done for so many people, the clarifiers cannot relate to everybody. So just so you're aware. Okay, Spirit, tell me why this Ten of Wands is here for the collective mid-March, please. March 16th through the 31st. The Three of Swords. Somebody has been very heartbroken over this situation. It's a little bit gruesome in the Wild Unknown deck, isn't it? Here, let's pull this out here so that we can see. Whoops, that was me. Give me two more clarifiers, please, Spirit. The World, an ending. I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so this is just simply clarifying exactly what we were seeing here in the Four of Cups. We have some sort of end of a cycle. This is the end of those burdens. The burdens are going to be lifting, but I feel like it was also related to that the majority of these final burdens here was related to what felt like the loss of a relationship. It could have been a breakup. It could have been just simply, you know, something coming to an end. The two of you deciding to go in your separate ways but remain friends, or, you know, somebody just completely disregarding you, ghosting you, just being kind of quiet. But there was some sort of ending associated with a relationship, because we have a lot of heartbreak here with the Three of Swords. I know, it's so gruesome. Very, very gruesome in this deck. But the Three of Swords is one person being heartbroken, a second person being heartbroken, and the relationship struggling. So this was not an easy thing for you or for the other person. The other person may be going through things that you're unable to fully understand because they may not have expressed it to you. Let's also take a look at our Knight of Swords. Let's look at our Knight of Swords. Now I'll use the Fenestra deck to clarify this one. Okay, Spirit, why is the Knight of Swords here for the collective? Why is the Knight of Swords here? Six of Cups. Five of Cups. Ten of Swords. Mental anguish. Okay. So, after our ending occurred with regards to this connection, there is a lot of heartbreak here. This person was not able to see that love still existed in their life. Unable to see that love exists. Unable to see that love exists here with this Five of Cups. This is very grief-stricken. I feel like there was an opportunity to communicate But when that with somebody that they wanted to reunite with, which I feel is the person that somebody's, you know, losing sleep over and really struggling to get over. And I think there was an opportunity to communicate very likely occurred. And when that opportunity to communicate occurred, it did not go well whatsoever. And it caused a great deal of mental anguish. Mental anguish. Ugh. I don't like the Ten of Swords. All right. Let's take a look at our Ace of Pentacles using our Wonderland Tarot. Our Wonderland Tarot is whimsical, cute, cute, cute. Has more of a fun vibe to it. All right, Spirit, why is the Ace of Pentacles here for the collective March 16th through the 31st? The Four of Wands. This is an opportunity that has long-term potential with regards to love, harmony, peace. Here we got the Ace of Pentacles clarifying it again, which tells us just how incredibly important this is. And the High Priestess. The High Priestess. I love the High Priestess card because it's a Pisces Cancer card, and I'm Pisces. If you're new to my channel, I do put some aspects of my chart down below in the description box. So with the Ace of Pentacles here, it was clarified with the Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new opportunity for you. It's a big opportunity for you. And it is going to provide you with some peace and harmony. You're going to feel very good about this opportunity and the direction that it's moving in. This can have to do with long-term partnership, a marriage, commitment, things of that nature, but it's something that brings peace and harmony. It can also have to do with family. Somebody might be moving to a new home. With the High Priestess, this is somebody who's very intuitive, somebody who's very psychic. This is also a secret keeper. So some sort of secret may come out. And when that secret comes out, then you suddenly realize that there's an opportunity for love here. And when that secret is exposed, things become clear. Forward movement becomes clear for you. And you recognize it's an opportunity that needs to be seized. Okay. Let's take a look at our Ten of Swords. Actually, I'm going to use the Wild Unknown for that one. And then I'm actually going to take a couple outcome cards. I don't normally do that, but I'll take a couple outcome cards with the Tarot of Dreams. Even though we have some future cards here, let's see if we can get a couple more. Why is the Ten of Swords here for the collective for March 16th through the 31st? Why is the Ten of Swords here? Judgment. Somebody's going to be getting a second chance. They may need to communicate an apology or extend forgiveness to somebody else. Look at that for this Four of Cups. Page of Pentacles. That it's the Daughter of Pentacles in the Wild Unknown and Judgment. So the mental anguish is going to be lifted when the news of this opportunity comes in. When the news of this opportunity arrives, some of this mental anguish is going to be lifted. And they're going to recognize that this Four of Cups energy is going to be going away as well. There will be a need to either extend forgiveness, receive forgiveness, you know, by apologizing or something of that nature. Judgment is a second chance. So there will be a second chance for you or for this other person in regards to this love connection, and that will take away some of these mental burdens, which is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, Spirit, give me 3 cards that reflect our outcome beyond here. Oh my goodness, okay. With our 5 of coins, there may be a time coming up where you may still kind of feel like you're in the dark about the direction that things are moving in. The 5 of coins tells us to have hope and not to lose hope in the situation. That even though you feel like you don't really know what's going to be happening, things are happening behind the scenes, and so don't lose hope in that. With the 9 of Wands, it's saying, you know, to be perseverant. Those burdens are being released. Be perseverant. Don't give up, because you have an opportunity for a brand new passionate beginning. All right, my dears, this is what I have for our sneak peek mid-month, March 2019. I hope it is of help to somebody. And if you ever have any questions about the cards that I'm using, do look down below in the description box. I always put them in the description box, unless I'm running out real quick. But typically they'll be in the description box below. When you watch the mid-month readings, if you're interested in the extended readings, there will be links down below in the description boxes for those. There is not one for this, because I did a little bit of extra on this just so that you could see the cards that will be used in the extended reading. But the links will be in the description box for you for those videos. And they should be up within the next 2 days. I'm hoping to release them on the 15th. So keep an eye out for them there. And I shall see you soon. Thanks again for stopping by the channel. If you like my style and you're interested in following me, please click subscribe down below. Please like, comment, and share, and y'all have a wonderful day.